I find it absolutely crazy that people are so willing to accept that Bitcoin can go to 250,000, 500,000, 750,000, 1 million, 5 million, 10 million. We even just recently saw a price prediction around Bitcoin to $40+ million based around the US debt. Isn't that insane? If I said that XRP is going to be worth $100, you know how many people will call me crazy? But we are supposed to sit back and say, yeah, Bitcoin could be worth $43 million by, 2050. It's just shocking to me that that's where we're at right now in this space. And it also shows you how overlooked and underappreciated utility in this space actually is. So with that being said, today we are going to be talking about why, how, and if it's realistic for XRP to be worth $100 at some point in time, which is, I really want to put a spotlight on that. We don't know when this is going to happen, so don't get your hopes up and don't just plan around, your position with $100 XRP in mind. I do think that passive income opportunities will definitely be a big deal when it comes to XRP. I think that once we see DeFi fully regulated, I think that a lot of the passive income opportunities that will be presented to us are going to be life-changing in and of themselves. So just for reference, I don't want to give you guys a time frame on when I think that this will happen. There's still a lot of things that need to be aligned perfectly for this to happen, like regulations, utility needs to be at like all-time highs. We need to actually fully scale things. So it's going to take some time, but with that in mind, we're going to go over a lot of information. So welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So let's actually take a quick look at this, right? This is from December 20th, and we have Justin, ARK Invest CEO, Kathy Wood says, due to institutional demand, Bitcoin is becoming even more scarce than gold. Predicted Bitcoin to surpass $1 million by 2030. Now, a lot of people get caught up in the mindset of, just calculating what the market cap of XRP would be worth at $100. And, for the sake of this video, not to get into like specifics or anything like that, we'll just go off of the 100 billion XRP. Even though it's significantly less because of the, fees generated that burned a portion of XRP, but we'll just go off of the 100 billion and say, all right, well, XRP would have to be worth $10 trillion, okay? It would have a $10 trillion market valuation on it. To a lot of people, that sounds absolutely insane. But if we think about it, right, the more that the XRP ledger is utilized, the more fees that are generated, the more XRP that's burned. We could technically see XRP be scarce. It might not happen tomorrow or next week or next year, but it could definitely happen. But if we think about people saying, oh, well, Bitcoin can go to $43 million by 2050, you're talking about $903 trillion worth of market capitalization. That's absurd. And for those that don't believe me, here we have, the firm suggests that Bitcoin appreciates at a 25% compounded annual growth rate. It could reach a value of 42.3 million by 2049. I'm just going off of, let's just go off of 42 million, okay? 42 million per Bitcoin would mean $882 trillion. It's absurd. And this is coming from Vanek. Now, on top of this, right, we have over here from Nick Carter. He's telling Bloomberg, long-term, I'm looking for Bitcoin to match the market cap of gold, which would price Bitcoin at $900,000. You can hear it here from Bloomberg.
Certainly, there'll be immense changes in Washington day one. Debanking will end. SAB 121 will end. The biggest banks in the U.S. will be able to custody Bitcoin crypto assets. The SEC will end its hostile posture. All these things are immensely positive for the domestic crypto industry and for Bitcoin. I think you'll see other sovereigns, maybe not the U.S., but other sovereigns come in and start acquiring Bitcoin. In terms of price action, it's hard to say. Bitcoin's an 80 vol asset. Long term, I'm looking for Bitcoin to match the market cap of gold, which would price Bitcoin at $900,000 a coin. Certainly.
Now, at $900,000 per coin, we're talking about a fully diluted value of 18.9 trillion. Does anyone see a problem with that? 18.9 trillion? All right. Moving on, let's go over here. We see a lot of these executive orders now regarding, a Bitcoin reserve for the US. This is actually from the Bitcoin Policy Institute. If we continue to see a big spotlight put on Bitcoin like this, I do think that it will definitely run up the value of Bitcoin. But what does that mean for XRP? What does that mean for the rest of this industry? Because the rest of this industry is going to grow significantly. Now, also over here, Senator Cynthia Lummis has also been trying to push this strategic Bitcoin reserve bill. This is actually with David Sachs, the new crypto czar. Apparently, everyone's thinking that 2025 is going to be the year for Bitcoin. I actually think that 2025 is going to be the year for utility-based projects. I think that 2025 is going to be the year that we start to see this space legitimized. Now, I always bring up the fact that XRP, being the asset that it is, being the ledger that it is, with everything that's happening around this space right now, I can easily see XRP being worth at some point in time $50 to $100. Now that, to me personally, that's not a crazy valuation when we're thinking about the long-term view here, the immense potential that tokenization holds, the internet of value becoming a reality, everything around us going on chain. I said it here. This goes all the way back to 2023, mind you. I find it funny how people are so accepting of the idea that Bitcoin is going to $500K or $1 million in the future, but can't see a $100 XRP being possible. You see the problem here, right? At $500,000 for Bitcoin, its market cap would be $10.5 trillion. Now do the math for XRP at a $10.5 trillion market cap. It's easy to write off the idea of XRP being worth, $100 or $50, or even when you think about saying XRP is going to be worth $10, people still think that you're crazy. It's so easy for people to believe that Bitcoin will be worth 500,000, 1 million, 5 million, 10 million. I said, why? It makes zero sense to me, especially to know what we know about utility, the connections being made, and what's coming to this space over the next 5 to 10 years. Maybe I'm wrong, and I will accept that, but it doesn't hurt holding a solid percentage of your XRP for the unknown future ahead. Profits should be taken, investments should be de-risked, but ultimately a moon bag should always be kept, because again, we don't know what's going to happen. But in my opinion, I do think that we have enough information in front of us to understand and realize that this space is going to wake up in a very significant way to the utility narrative. And I question where Bitcoin stands in that argument. Now, over here from Ripple, this goes back to 2023, mind you. It was the end of 2023. It was right around December or so. It was a 2024 prediction from Monica Long, the president of Ripple. We've asked leaders at Ripple to weigh in on what they think 2024 holds. Today, we continue with Monica Long. In 2024, crypto will break the speculative hype cycles that have defined the booms and busts for the industry since Bitcoin's invention. Before the next crypto summer, we as an industry will break the cycle by paving the foundation for real-world utility at scale, which entails solving for compliance, usability, and integration with existing systems. The biggest breakthrough in 2024 will be the pioneering compliance for decentralized finance. The crypto winter is in fact a great season for serious builders, especially those who know modernizing the world's financial infrastructure with blockchain is inevitable. Especially those who know modernizing the world's financial infrastructure with blockchain is inevitable. I wanted to read that not once, but twice. Reason why is because of how significant that statement is. To work on solving serious real-world problems. She talks about compliance and transparency. In 2024, it's not enough to be compliance conscious. The industry must be compliant first to keep our customers and users safe, gaining back the trust we've lost following some major industry blowback. The industry needs to build compliance tooling in a decentralized environment. It's the next frontier of innovation in blockchain. And then we have integration. Within the past couple years, we've seen many more traditional financial players such as Fidelity, BlackRock, PayPal, and Visa integrating or partnering with crypto native companies to offer crypto and blockchain services and products. The way forward is a happy marriage. Blockchain will not replace banks. The ability to settle payments instantly across borders without the need for a middleman charging exorbitant fees has benefits for both merchants and consumers alike, and crypto can provide this unparalleled utility for institutions. And when we think about this, right, Ripple has always been at the forefront of the cross-border payment market. This is going to be a $300 trillion market by 2027. If Ripple can capture just small percentages of that, we could see XRP quickly become 5, 10, 20 times more valuable. We're not even talking about tokenization. We're not even talking about institutional DeFi. We're not even talking about retail-driven use cases. When we think about what's happening here, I wanted to bring this back up because this was back in 2023. It's now December of 2024, a whole year later. A lot has changed. We're starting to witness the significant changes happening around the space to accommodate for these utility projects. We're so quick to think, oh, Bitcoin can reach these massive price predictions, and nobody has a problem with it. Like, I find it crazy. Like, do I think that Bitcoin can hit these prices? Yeah, sure, I do. But the issue is like, I don't understand why we think that Bitcoin can do this, but XRP can't be worth $50, $75, $100. Maybe it's just me, but I find it insane when we look at the connections to Ripple. We look at the partnerships with Ripple. And by the way, here we have from November 19th of this year, will utility tokens outshine Bitcoin in the next crypto wave? A lot of people are actually believing that it seems as though utility-based projects are about to be the big, show stealer. It seems like these are going to be the big players. And even over here from Smoke Dog, big shout to Smoke Dog for this. We have the institutional conversation around crypto at the moment is the end of the 4-year cycle. Institutions are reshaping the crypto market narrative, moving away from the traditional 4-year cycle. This cycle, driven by Bitcoin halvings and retail speculation, no longer defines the broader market as institutions focus on macro trends, regulatory shifts, and real-world adoption. While retail investors wait for familiar patterns, institutions are driving new strategies around stablecoins, tokenized assets, and blockchain infrastructure. Sticking to outdated narratives risks leaving you behind, chasing trends that no longer align with the market's future. Falling behind means missing out on key opportunities, misallocating capital, and being unprepared for the market's next evolution. Stay ahead, focus on understanding the institutional perspectives, which prioritizes long-term value and adoption over short-term cycles. Adapt now or risk being left out of the evolving conversation and watching others seize the opportunities you overlooked. And when we think about the 4-year cycle, yeah, it will eventually come to an end. We are gearing up for a utility-driven cycle. Once regulations are in place, we have the key that unlocks the door for us to actually walk in to the utility cycle. And I think that this is when we start to really see the big shift happening, even around like the whole Bitcoin, hype cycle. I think that we will start to see a lot more people realizing how big of an opportunity these utility projects actually present. When I look at XRP, again, I bring up the idea that if we're disrupting all of these massive markets, if we are seeing institutional focus only increasing around a lot of these utility projects, especially XRP, I just don't understand how anyone can sit here thinking that, yeah, it's okay that Bitcoin can reach, $500,000, $1 million, but XRP is going to be stuck under $10 forever. It's going to be stuck under $50 forever. It's not going to hit $100. We've heard this time and time again, and almost every single time, people have been wrong across the board. I remember when people were saying that Bitcoin was never going to hit 50,000, 75,000, 100,000. There has been so many people proven wrong by this market. And I do believe that XRP will humble a lot of these people that think that, oh, XRP will never be worth this, because it's already starting to happen. We are already starting to see this space accommodate for these utility projects. And the traditional world, by the way, a lot of the traditional networks and systems are also accommodating for this technology. It's only a matter of time until this space is regulated, integrated, and utilized at scale. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.